The aftermath of the Damascus blast aired on Syria state TV. The government says a suicide bomber blew himself up in al-Maidan district, killing and injuring dozens of people.
What we are facing is people who are carrying arms against the state, and this is where the army is trying to maintain law and order. There is no excessive use of force. On the contrary, I can assure you the army is on the defensive side.
Accusations brushed aside by the commander of the Free Syrian Army.
We stress that today's explosion is the work of the regime, just like the previous two explosions. Such act of violence is not part of our ideology or culture. The regime plotted this explosion in one of the oldest districts of Damascus to prevent peaceful protest.
2 weeks ago, 44 people were killed when 2 explosions tore through the capital upon the arrival of the Arab League observers. The government blamed Islamist fighters for the attack. Violence is on the rise, and so are army defections. General MOSTAFA Ahmed al-SHEIKH has become the highest-ranking officer to switch sides.
Syria deserves our sacrifice. For the military men who decided to defect from the unpatriotic army, I urge them to do their best to protect the lives of peaceful protesters.
This video, which we cannot verify, appears to show a group of soldiers who say they defected after being told to shoot civilians. Thousands swarming into the main squares denouncing the government. Activists say security forces opened fire, killing many people across Syria. Efforts to implement a peace plan have stalled, and this is the man the Arab League is counting on to break the deadlock. Hamas chief Khalid Mish'al will fly to Damascus to convince President al-Assad to stop violence. If that mission fails, the Arab League will refer Syria to the United Nations Security Council. The Syrian opposition is of the view that all diplomatic means have been exhausted and that it's time for the international community to start considering new alternatives. They basically say that anything that can protect people from a no-fly zone or a buffer zone will be welcomed by the Syrian people. The problem is that most of the European countries made it clear that for the time being there is no appetite for a military intervention.